And welcome, one and all, to the Zeldathon show on a Wednesday evening. We are joined tonight by a wonderful group of people here, seen on your cameras, on your monitors. We have, starting off in the upper right corner, it's Phonic88.
Hello.
How are you doing today? Are you excited? Is today a good day for you?
Today is an excellent day. Thank you for asking. I had a great Zelda piano stream. We had a really good Zelda 2 run as well, personal best of an hour and 44 minutes. And then somebody came into my chat earlier this morning and asked if I wanted to be the official Zelda 2 runner at Cures. And of course I said, well, yes, I'm calmly and just totally chill. I'm like, yes, I accept. No, I lost my stuff, man. So you broke me. Thank you very much. And now we're here. It
was great, Phonic, because I tuned in and I was like, I thought I told Phonic like 3 weeks ago he was going to be the runner for Zelda 2, but I was like, I tuned. I was like, I told you, right? And he was like, what? Huh? No, you didn't, but I will. And it was weird because Phonic's usually like a stoic guy. He's here to play the piano music. We're gonna have a great time tonight, and that's what he does. And then it's like, you want to be the Zelda 2 runner? It's like, oh yeah, I do. It's like,
yep. No English happened at that point.
It was amazing. So. Also joining us right below us for the first time on the Zeldathon show, it's Legosjedi, aka Grant.
Hello.
Wearing the wonderful Breath of the Wild ROSY shirt. Can you explain why you're wearing that shirt tonight?
I have a number of Zelda-themed shirts and a couple of various ones that are specific to Zeldathon, and they were all clean. So I'm like, okay, which one should I wear? And so I just threw out a poll on Twitter, and this was the one that won. So yay!
Congratulations on that. By the way, thank you to all the resubs. Sorry, I keep getting, I'm hearing you, but I'm also hearing boop a doop boop boop boo and stuff, and it's really fun. Also, lastly, joining us, we have Lindsay Pez on Twitter as
Hello.
Lindsay Aaron.
Yes. Hello.
How are you doing tonight? This is your second show, right?
Yes, I'm very excited to be here, and I'm very happy today.
So good day for you?
It is a very good day for me. It's a good day for you.
Let's see. What did I... Okay, so today has been a terrible day for my stomach, but a good day for my brain. I swear I've had like... I haven't eaten much good food today. It's been mostly chocolate, I think. I haven't eaten very much, but it's all like it's been majority chocolate. So I think after this I should just eat like a veggie tray to kind of counterbalance it if that's possible. That's not how
that
diet...
was like me on Saturday at Pokeathon. All I ate was honey grams, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should talk about Pokeathon. We could actually transition right into that. Our friends over at Pokeathon, they're wonderful people, and I got the pleasure of going over to New York City. So did Lindsay, and so did Grant, and we got to go and talk to them as they raised money for direct relief, and they ended up raising just over $6,000. Am I correct on that number?
Yes.
Very good. So Grant, when we were there, you had a nice big full beard, which is now gone.
Yeah.
Can you explain your Pokeathon experience and then why the beard?
So Pokeathon, it was a lot of fun. I was on tech desk a lot during my time at Pokeathon, which was most of Saturday, and pretty much only Saturday. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was great to see Lindsay again. It was great to see Jiggy again. It was great to see a bunch of other Zeldathoners again. And it was great to meet some of these, Pokeathoners that I'd never met before. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was great. We got to see Jibber Jabber 19, who I saw once before when I went to the Zelda Symphony up in Toronto. He came to Pokeathon, and I was like, I kind of forgot that he was going to be there. And then I was like, oh, hey, it's Jibber Jabber. That's awesome. I'm excited to see him. And we talked, and I did the thing that I'm known for doing. I casually slipped him a Zeldathon invite when he least expected it. It was funny. I was in Jiggy's bedroom talking to Jiggy and Campy, and I just kind of like leaned out the door because he was like sitting at tech desk, and you could see tech desk from Jiggy's room. And I kind of went like this. I was like, "Hey, Jibber," and he was like, "Yeah, what's up, MC?" I'm like, "Do you want to come to Zeldathon next month?" And he was like, Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Awesome.
He was super nice at Pokeathon. He was somebody I absolutely loved, and everybody there at Pokeathon was great. So I don't want to say that everybody's going to get an invite at some point, but more than likely, I think everybody that I met there was an all-star person. So just about win.
Nice.
Lindsay, did you enjoy your Pokeathon experience? Oh, you should describe that night.
I loved it.
that evening?
I loved Pokeathon. I had such a good time. I felt like I really bonded with Grant and Luke and Frosty. We had a great time, the four
Some
of us,
fun
just
stuff
hanging
happened.
out for hours. And it was really great time. We were very silly together. We did a very
yes.
funny video together that was awesome, and it was just the best day.
My favorite part was I came to the Pokéthon residence for the first time that day. I had like a bunch of other stuff that I did that day. I went over to like the Nintendo World store and stuff, or I'm sorry, the Nintendo New York store. I'm sorry, Nintendo branding. And I was like, I kept hearing like Lindsay's leaving at 6 p.m. Lindsay's leaving at 6 p.m. I'm like, oh no. I was like racing the clock, and like I had a meeting to do with our friend Steve from Direct Relief, and so we went to this like coffee shop, and I told somebody who was going up to the apartment, like, tell Lindsay that if she comes down here and has to leave, to come into that coffee shop because that's where I'll be. Did somebody deliver that message, by the way?
Jiggy did, yes.
Thank you, Jiggy. But it turns out I walked out of the shop, and Lindsay Pez also like walked out of the apartment because the coffee shop and Jiggy's apartment were like side by side, and so we like turned and met each other's eyes, and then there was like 3 hugs total, I believe. Not that I was counting.
It was good.
Yeah, but no, it was great seeing Lindsay, and it was great.
I
seeing
was so
Grant.
happy to see you.
Yeah, it was one of those experiences where we were just like, yay, it's great seeing each other. When are we gonna see each other again? Oh yeah, it's like a month. And it's like, all right, I'm down for that.
35 days.
It's very soon. Hold on, I have a text message. Maybe it's important. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was just a friend. Don't worry about it. It's anyways, let's dive right into Zeldathon talk since I provided a nice horrible segue of getting a phone call. So last week, not last week, actually 2 weeks ago, when me and Campy were in the car together, we did a Zeldathon show where we announced new partnerships with ZELDA'S, who makes gaming headsets, and XSplit, whose software we've used like since the first Zeldathon. Thank you, Frosty, for the sub. And so I got some cool news and something in the mail just recently. There's a box back here, but I'll show you what we got in the mail, and that is the first part of the print of the Zeldathon Cures mouse pads. And these are amazing. Like I can't describe. Like I was surprised. Okay, maybe that sounds like not confidence in our sponsor, but these are even more quality than I thought they were going to be. I was like, okay, they're gonna probably be really good, but they're really big. Like I have a big hand, so if that's a good detection of size right there. It has the Zeldathon Cures logo, has the ZELDA'S logo, and has Link here holding up a heart container. Of course, this is a donation link from the bar, and you can kind of see in the background, very slightly, like there is another like heart container that's like faded away. You can even see. It's funny. It's really hard to see inside the actual print because of how it printed, but you can see kind of that behind him is actually some of the artwork from the new donation bar artwork that we're going to have. So it's hidden in there, and it kind of adds some depth to the mousepad, but I'm really excited about these. There's going to be, if you didn't hear the news, there's 900 of these printed for everybody to buy up. They're going to be $7 each, plus shipping, and $1 from every one of them, which is basically all they're making like extra off it, will be going to St. Jude. So it's a potential extra $900 that we get to throw at the charity. And I will show this. What we have here is 100 mouse pads to give out to the attendees of Zeldathon Cures.
Nice.
Yay.
So that's that. I don't know. Have you had any chance to kind of? Has anybody here like had a chance to like look at ZELDA'S at all? Like since then? Not really.
Nope, not yet.
Not really.
Thank you very much to Paylord, by the way, for the cheers. But essentially, what they make is like gaming headsets, and I saw our friend Shinran, who follows Zeldathon for a long time. He actually bought one of the headsets using our promo code, and apparently he got like a big percentage off total, and some of that money
They're
will go
on
to St.
sale
Jude.
right now, I think, and then
Oh.
you add the code and you get an even bigger discount.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So if anybody's out there is looking for a gaming headset, I actually have my Sage headset in my my storage area. I would get it right now, but there are some things blocking the way, which we'll talk about later.
Ladybugs?
Yes, ladybugs. There's a mass of ladybugs blocking the way, and I do not want to disturb them. Anyways, let's talk to Lindsay and Phonic, because they become somewhat of a friendship, a classic Zeldathon duo, because it's like Silver and MC, the video editing geniuses. You got like Jiggy and Carolyn, the meme king and queen, and then there's Lindsay and Phonic, who are just like the best pals. So can you talk about your friendship? Why don't we go with Phonic to start, since I've talked over him most of the show.
Oh no, that's actually I'll let Lindsay go first. I'll be a gentleman for once. I'll be nice to her.
Okay, well, I found Phonic because of NC tweeting about his stream, and I was like, oh my god, this is a piano streamer and he's amazing, and he couldn't get rid of me. I just started hanging out in his stream every single day, and we eventually became friends, and now we're like BFFs. We're very bizarre BFFs, where we pick on each other all day long, and we're mean to each other all day long, and we're like siblings that are constantly bickering, and it's a lot of fun. It's very strange, but it's awesome. He's my best friend.
Yeah, she hung out for a while, and I ended up modding her in my channel, and because she hung out all the damn time, so I'm like,
he couldn't get rid of me.
Yeah, and now she just critiques me all the time. You're too grumpy when you stream. You need to smile more. You need to do better. You're not terrible at that game. So, he
thinks he's bad at everything. I'm like, you're good at everything. What are you doing?
It was great. No, Phonic had the exact speedrunner reaction to any speedrun ever today. So he gets his PB 144.44 in Zelda 2, a time that I would never even dream of getting myself. And he's like, that could have been 142 if I didn't have that game over in PALS 3 or something. I'm like, yeah. Phonic, you're such a speedrunner now. He did the exact speedrunner thing.
But Lindsay's been great. She actually even traveled over here and spent the weekend with my wife Lucy Betts and I and the kids and stuff like that. And they went out and did their thing while I worked.
Our families are friends. My husband talks to his wife. It's like we're just this great big family now. It's
funny. That's really kind of like how Liz and Andy, Liz are doing King Bacon, and then Copper Dragon and his wife. They also kind of like had that same friendship kind of formed, because Andy and Copper Dragon became best buds. They became the Beard and Bacon duo, and then all of a sudden, it just became that same friendship, and it made me really happy because of course now Copper's wife is coming to Zeldathon as well. So it's really nice to see that type of stuff happen.
And see, it's all because of you. How
Stop
does
it.
that feel?
Don't make this happen
I
down
wouldn't
here.
have found my best friend in life if it weren't for you. Is that a bizarre thing to think about, that you've connected all these people, or are you like, man, that's cool?
So there have been some bizarre moments, and I have some bizarre stories that I want to tell. I'm not at liberty to tell right now. They're all good things. But let's just say, basically, the connections and things that have happened because of Zeldathon are amazing, because it's so weird when I'm just when I think about people and they're like, oh, who are your friends? All these people. Well, where'd you meet them? It's oh, I met him here at my water bottle, Zeldathon Deluxe. And it's oh, well, that's weird. It's oh yeah, we like to play Zelda for charity. It's well, how often do you meet them? Are they all from this area? No, they're from Sweden and they come here every 6 months. It's oh, but they're my best friends, and that's so amazing to me, I don't know. It's really cool.
It is.
Grant, I'm going to involve you in this discussion now. Who would you say has been the Grant duo? Who matches the Grant duo at Zeldathon? Because I know there's quite a few people, and I could tell what I think, but I'll let you say first.
His computer.
That MacBook Pro.
I mean, I was attached to that during the marathon, the past 2 marathons, just making sure that nothing blew up,
No, so I think that it was amazing to me because I very much during Zeldathon, I've done all the work to get the marathon set up, and so I try to take almost a bystander role at a lot of times, kind of see what's going on. I maybe I get too much into the philosophy is like just like seeing how different people like mesh and like connect. But there was times because Grant would be at what became the MCG dev station, which was where my time lapse was set up. And so he was working on his MacBook, and I just like would see Rob Organics, who was also part of MCG dev. He'd bring over his laptop, and he would sit down and he would do some work, and you two would just talk, and Robin would sit down, and you and her would have discussions about whatever, and it was just amazing to see those little like dev moments, you know. So I think that was my so I guess my ideal duo is Legosjedi and any developer who wanted a friend. Also, thank you again for the resubs, folks, and also to Danny Lockhart. Speaking of MCG Dev,
hey,
he's an amazing person. He just donated $20 over to Direct Relief as part of my campaign I'm running through the end of the month. So thank you very much to Danny for the donation to Direct Relief. Anyways. So that's Lindsay and Phonic's friendship. Next, let's talk to Grant even more in depth about, as is tradition on the Zeldathon show, your first show, you got to give us the origin story. So can you kind of give us the lowdown on how you found Zeldathon?
How I found Zeldathon. You know, I knew this was coming, and I actually did some research because I'm pretty sure I've been watching Zeldathon for a while. I think it goes back to the Minecraft subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
About what is this, November 2016, probably 5 years ago now. I started following a bunch of Minecraft YouTubers, specifically Seth and Etho, and through Etho basically got exposed to the rest of Minecraft.
So was
and so
first
you
Child's Play then?
My first would have been probably, I want to say Lives.
So you probably were more involved with like the Minecraft stuff, and then you kind of like decide, hey, this Zeldathon thing, SuperMCGamer doesn't shut up about this stuff. What the heck is it? And then you checked out Lives. Okay, that makes about sense.
See, I don't think I started following you like on YouTube or Twitter or anything until I discovered Zeldathon.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was very much, Etho does, cool Minecraft stuff, and Seth does cool Minecraft stuff. And it was still kind of focused in on Minecraft for quite a while until I came across Zeldathon, I think, on the Minecraft subreddit at one point.
And then bam, you watch Zeldathon Lives. Do you have any memories of Lives and like watching Zeldathon for the first time? Do you have any
no,
critique
not really.
for the past?
It was it was so long ago. Like, good grief. I mean, as you do when you've been doing something, as long as you've been doing Zeldathon, you see what you've done in the past, and you're like, okay, well, this could have been better, and that could have been better, or like we like what we did here.
Small.
And you just like see all the things that need to be improved. So it's just like, I mean, if you look, at what you have now and back then, yes, it's a huge difference, but like the incremental stuff is a little bit harder to kind of like see all like that kind of change.
Yeah, it's great. I put out a tweet earlier this week where I was because I check my time hop daily, and on my time hop, there was basically a tweet where I talked about how it was soon after Zeldathon Adventure happened, where the infamous "the game is too small" thing came from, when we tried out a kind of an experimental layout, and there was like a 50-50 like positive negative reaction, so we obviously had to change that up. That was too big of a negative reaction. But I always like, hey, if you thought that was bad, like, let's flash back like a year before that marathon where we had Ultimate Zeldathon, where we had 3 cameras going at the same time. We had couch cam, we had challenge cam, and we had donation reader cam, all going at the same time. And we had 2 games, one of which was a DS game, and it was like this horrible conglomeration of a layout. I posted it up on my Twitter if anybody wants to go see. Ultimate Zeldathon was a part of our past and a part of our history that we must embrace and love, but also scorn and criticize and never go back to. That layout was something else. Oh, sorry, I just got 1,000 bits. Thank you, the Stone Money. Is this people competing for that top like pinned message spot? Because that's weird. I've never seen that happen before. I've been watching Twitch. I've been out of town for so long. Anyways, Grant, why don't we talk about so how did you get invited? How did you really get inside that loop? And This is kind of a self-explanatory story, but
Yeah. As it is when I like start following people on YouTube, I also try to follow them on social media, specifically Twitter. That's the one where I'm most active on. And so I guess shortly after I subbed to you on YouTube, however many years ago, I also started following you on Twitter. And it would have been last November. You put out a tweet basically saying, "Hey, our dev team needs somebody who knows PHP and who knows PayPal." And like the dev I am, I'm like, well, I know PHP, and if PayPal is like anything else that has an API, it should be pretty easy
yeah,
to
it should
pick
be
up.
fine.
Should be fine.
And you had no
problems
idea what you were
whatsoever.
getting yourself into.
Oh gosh, don't get me started when I rant on PayPal. Oh boy. And so I responded to that, and like, well, I know PHP and I can learn PayPal most likely. And you're like, great, we've got this custom donation platform that we're building and we need to integrate the two together. I'm like, well, okay, I can do that. And so that was for Zeldathon Hope. And I did not get an invite for that, but that was just because, you probably sent out invites, far in advance of that November, and like turnaround time would have been a pain for me to get time off from work or schedule, any of that stuff. So I didn't attend, but I did watch that, and I made sure to have, chat open. Were we using Discord at the time? No, we weren't. We were using a Skype group.
Yeah.
The Skype group open, and just keeping an eye on the back end, and this custom donation system that we had built, and it for the most part ran.
It worked.
Smoothly.
It was
It
fine.
worked. And then somebody donated with an emoji in their comment and broke everything.
Oh
It was
yeah,
great.
the emoji. So we had some person donate, and thank you, King of TV, and also thank you to Lizardu for the resub as well. Lizardu, a wonderful person. I hope to see her soon sometimes, because I haven't seen her since I got home from my big trip. But no. So somebody donated with a comment. Putting like an emoji in their comment, like it's like even just like do a bleh face or something.
I think it was a heart. It was a heart. Ginny and I were behind tech desk for that. And we were like,
it was a heart, and it broke everything. It shut down like the donation total alerts, like the infamous like as we called it on stream, like for the sake of like not wanting to like get technical with the viewers, we like say that Link went on strike, because little donation like he no longer walks on screen to hold up donation. We say he was angry and he wanted better benefits, and so he was like he's not going out there to hold up no more donations, and so we convinced MCG Dev to go in and help fix that up. And that's what happened. Grant went in and did the work.
We basically just decided, we're just gonna strip out all emoji.
Hold on, we have a visitor here on the Zeldathon show this evening. Would you like to hello? We have a we have a envelope. It's Lizardu, by the way, assistant director of Zeldathon. With something delivered to Kinstone LLC right here. Attention to me. In reply to the ball pit addendum. All right, let's see what we got here.
oh my goodness.
Oh boy.
We got is this an official letter as well? I will read the letter. November 23rd, 2016. It's fast delivery. Dear Sir, on behalf of the Zeldathon community, I wish to formally submit to you a petition that we include a ball pit at Zeldathon Cures. Zeldathon was established in the winter of 2009. That is a correct detail. And has raised over $1,138,320.99 for many great charities. The impact of this organization can be seen through the numerous opportunities given to attendees, sponsors, and charities. We, the Zeldathon community, believe that the inclusion of a ball pit would help boost morale and donations. Our community has banded together to acquire 520 signatures to emphasize our desire and dedication to the cause. In preparation of the event, we propose the following potential goals to make the inclusion of a ball pit a worthwhile endeavor. Donors who meet a donor amount to be determined will have their name written on a ball, which is then added to the pit. Zeldathon team members reenact their favorite dive scenes from popular video games, such as Assassin's Creed, or also Skyward Sword if we had a sailcloth. As per requested, we are formally submitting a proposal to your desk and await your response. Thank you for your consideration. Jeffrey Clark, a.k.a. Copper Dragon, and also included, as I requested, is 520 signatures, all printed out for our enjoyment here, in saying where they're from. Wow, that's really cool. It says, like, thank you to Lelgon from the Netherlands, going out of your way. I know Netherlands time can be. Look at this. This is great. Wolf Boy. I know some of these names too. This is wonderful. It's actually a really cool thing to have. Oh, look at this. Thank you to Pope Pepe. So there we go. All 520 signatures. I'm going to need to review. It's going to take 7 to 10 business days, as previously mentioned, for formal review. Also provided with the letter is a plate of no-bake cookies to, I believe this is blackmail or a bribe. Thank you, King Bacon. Who, just greasing the deal, making it slides right on into my inbox. Well, thank you very much. I'll put these right next to the healthier snack of fruit and nut bites. And I will review that. Thank you very much. I'm going to give Liz a hug real quick. Hold on. Hi.
Good job, everybody, getting the ball pit done.
Well done.
Very, very good. And from the chat, I'm getting old. My blue hair is turning gray. That's correct. But yeah, thank you for coming over, and thank you for the cookies. Okay, bye. Well, the story continues, as it were. I'm sorry, Grant. Where were we? What were you talking about?
We were talking about emoji breaking everything.
Yes. How did the emoji break everything?
Basically, our database just wasn't set up to support emoji, and so when you basically pulled out any donations out of the database, they weren't essentially just formatted properly. For anybody technical, MySQL wasn't set up to use multi-byte, I think those are called multi-byte UTF-8, and just, yeah, it was fun. And so as a result, PHP just choked and stopped outputting any kind of donations and any kind of totals for the overlay and for the donation reader and for all of that stuff. And that was fun to figure out and fix.
And because of that fix, because of your emoji prowess, I decided that your expert skills. Thank you, Payload, by the way. It says do it for the ball pit. You're continuing to bribe me now. I see. Now you're actually giving me money. This is an actual bribe. This isn't just cookies. Holy smokes! There's a unicorn and a small child.
It's a goat.
Oh, it's a goat. It's not even a unicorn.
I gave him that goat.
She rubbed it on me on stream while I was playing piano when she was here. Yes. Just yeah.
But no. So I invited Grant to Zeldathon Recovery, and he said yes, and he attended. And how was Zeldathon Recovery?
It was a lot of fun. I'm sure a lot of other people who give their origin story say that you get there and you're kind of like a little shy and you feel a little awkward because a lot of these people have been coming for at least 1 or 2 marathons, and so they already like know people and stuff. So there's always that little bit of like awkwardness as you're just like, hi, I'm Grant, and like once you get over that hump, like you're just having fun, you're talking to people, you're laughing, you're having a good time. It's all good.
Very good. I'm sorry. I'm texting Liz. But no, yeah. So Zeldathon Recovery was amazing, and you had a lot of fun. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to come to Zeldathon Cures, which you've already confirmed with me.
Well, actually,
can you come?
I realized I discovered last week that I actually have some personal days that I have not used. And so, yeah, you guys will see me at Cures.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
I love hanging out with you. I'm so excited.
That was totally not scripted.
No, definitely not. I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm super excited. So yeah, Grant will be joining us alongside Lindsay and Phonic and the whole Zeldathon team at Cures, which I'm super excited about. So should we get a proper MCG dev desk, you think?
When you say proper desk, you mean not like a folding table?
No.
Or
no, it'll be a folding table. That's all we have to buy.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe we can put like a little sign on it that says MCG dev.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be good. I have paper. We
That'd
can
be
do
nice.
this. The paper is in the budget.
Is the ink in the budget? I know ink can be expensive.
I'll have to talk to my financial advisor.
Okay, you do that. Yeah, I'll have my people call your people. We'll figure it out.
Yes. You Discord me, I'll Discord you. All right, let's move right on into Nintendo news because we've had a fun time talking about Zeldathon. So, new from Bethesda, the creators of Skyrim, Fallout, and etc. games. A spokesperson says that the Switch demo, they got to have some hands-on time with the Nintendo Switch, is one of the best he's ever seen, and I believe that there is like definite support coming in from Bethesda for the Switch. Of course, we did see Skyrim being shown on it as like a part of the demo, so obviously we're going to see Skyrim as some sort of game on there. How do you think this fares for Nintendo? Phonic, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I mean, if it's true, then that's going to allow, Nintendo to branch out a bit more with other, publishing companies and developers and stuff like that to take more interest, like widening the audience to, other than just kind of the core gamers for Nintendo or the base consumers. So I'm hoping that's cool. I hope that, all works out, and whomever latches onto that, like Bethesda, can harness, the potential power and output some really good content.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Lindsay, do you agree with that?
Yes, I think it would be awesome if Skyrim was on Switch. It's an awesome game, and Nintendo fans would get to experience it, and I think it's just a really great idea.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like Nintendo fans out there, a lot of them don't usually buy into the PC culture, the PC games. They don't usually There's a lot of gamers who they buy like a Wii U or a Wii in the past, and that's their console. They usually don't have a really high powered computer. They use their computer for talking on Nintendo message boards. Shoutouts to the Insider forums back in the day, if anybody remembers those. But no, it's one of those things that I feel like it's going to be really good for Nintendo. They haven't had third party support. Do you think Grant, do you think that's going to lead to more third party support? Is this a good indicator of what we're going to see with the Switch, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when they, gosh, was this around the time that they did that reveal video? Somebody posted an infographic, with a list of all the partners and all the developers and publishers that had signed on, and it was a huge list. It seemed like it was double the size of the same list that had come out when the Wii U was announced. So yeah, it definitely seems like it's going to be a platform that's going to get a lot of support and is going to get a lot of games on it.
See, the problem with I agree with you, but I feel like the type of support we're going to get is not necessarily always going to be the type of support that Nintendo fans have been begging for. Are you going to see the newest Call of Duty on the Switch? Probably not. Will you get a watered down version? Maybe. That's kind of how it usually goes. If this comment is any indication, maybe we won't get watered down versions of these games. That's the hope, because I think it's gonna but the problem is they're also right now it's not even confirmed itself, but we assume it's confirmed. We're getting right now is Skyrim, and nothing against Skyrim, but that's an old game.
That was my thought too. That's an old game, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, is it gonna be the same thing? Is it gonna be hey, and we have a new game coming out from one of our publishers? A third party? It's a game that is critically acclaimed on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It's oh boy, I'm so excited. What is it? It's Tomb Raider Remastered Edition. It's oh. you mean that game that came out in 2012? It's but don't worry, we're also including the sequel, and that's coming out in 2019. It's who cares if we get even if we do get the same version of the game? I don't want it to be the type of thing where we're getting the definitive version of games 3 years after the fact. For Nintendo to be competitive again, they need to be part of the same third party roster of lineup. They can deal with a month or two difference, but not years, in my opinion. But Phonic, if there was any third-party series out there that you think should be coming to the Switch that would increase your likelihood of wanting it or buying it, what would it be?
Dark Souls.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew.
Yeah. Yes, I've become so addicted to that series now that I love it. So, I mean, I'd still want it for Zelda. I mean, that's like my main basis of wanting, a Switch. But if they, put some Dark Souls content on there as well, I'd be really happy.
I mean, that's really what Nintendo's going for when they say, like, why would you buy a Switch? So it's like you can get all the games that everybody else is getting, like all the people on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. You can get your Tomb Raider. You can get your new Final Fantasy game. You can basically get any game that's not like a version exclusive or like a console exclusive. Plus, on the console exclusive side, you have Zelda and Mario, these big hitters that people would love. I think that's enough to switch, switch. To convert even some PS4 and Xbox fans over, if they can get the games that they already love on those systems, plus Zelda, that's enough to convert some people. Grant, did you have a game that you like a third party that you're looking for?
Not really. I mean, I'm mostly a first party games guy. Like I like Mario and I like Legend of Zelda and all that. I've got a PS4 and a 360 back here, but like I don't play them as often as I did with my Wii U. It's unplugged right now because I rearranged my desk. But every time like there's a new Nintendo console coming out, I'm essentially like, oh yeah, let me totally get that because I know that the next Zelda, the next Mario game is going to be on there, and based off of past experience, those are typically going to be pretty good. But like I've just not had the same experience with an Xbox console or PlayStation console.
Mm-hmm. Well, Lindsay, do you have any final thoughts on this?
I had also like Bloodborne, Dark Souls on it, but also Final Fantasy. If it came back to Nintendo, that would be awesome. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan.
I agree with you 100% because like the obviously but no like the Final Fantasy series it's weird because Square Enix doesn't have like a negative relationship with Nintendo, not at all, because they give plenty of games to like the 3DS. Like Theatrhythm, I believe, was an exclusive on the 3DS or still is. I'm not sure 1%. It is?
It is.
Okay. Like, Theatrhythm is such an amazing game, and it's only for Nintendo, but at the same time, it's Theatrhythm Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy 15, which is like, we love Nintendo, but not enough to give them the big old game, Not that's Daddy's game for the PS4. It's like, it's unfortunate that's the way it is.
Theatrhythm Final Fantasy was amazing, though. I just have to say.
100%. I have it on my 3DS. I only removed it from my 3DS to put in my copy of Pokémon Moon. Why am I using this phone? So I'm gonna change topics. this pen. So I'm a fidgeter. I don't know if anybody is anybody here else in the call getting a fidget cube.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. I'm so
Oh,
excited.
good. I'm glad I'm in good company here.
I've been fidgeting this whole time. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, this whole show I've been like holding this. I've been spinning it, so I'm excited for my fidget cube to get in. I'm sorry, I got totally off topic there. If anybody doesn't know what a fidget cube is, give it the young Google. So speaking of Switch ports and the Skyrim, another RPG is supposed to be coming to the Switch, which is Xenoblade, and I believe it's not Xenoblade. It's Xenoblade Chronicles X, the newest one for Wii U. Did anybody here in the call play that game at all?
Nope.
Good. I didn't either. So I don't have much conversation to make on this. But I guess we can talk more about this whole culture that's kind of like forming and like all these rumors that are floating about this game is being ported, this game's being ported, this game's being ported, and we're not hearing much discussion. Like the new games that we have like coming to the Switch right now are like Just Dance 2017, the new Sonic game, and Breath of the Wild. But most other things, unless I'm like skipping something in my head, it has been all like, oh, there's the new Mario game that they're talking about, new Mario game, has all been like ports. And is that okay with you, Lindsay?
No, I don't need a port of Splatoon and Mario Kart on the Switch. I have them on the Wii U. Like, I'm not really a fan of that per se.
Would you be a fan if they said, if you own this game on your Wii U and we can detect that using your Nintendo Network account, you get a free download of it?
That would be awesome.
Would you be a fan of it if they said, well, to get the upgraded version, and because you already own it, you only have to pay $10, not $60?
I'd be all for that, but that doesn't really sound like something Nintendo would do.
Would you be a fan if it was $30?
Okay,
see how I'm trying to gauge where the line is of oh, thanks Nintendo, and where the line is of oh, thanks Nintendo. Yeah. So that's a good point to have. Grant, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
I don't know. I mean, my hope, I guess, is that they're doing this kind of porting because they want to have a bunch of titles at launch, but none of like the new stuff is ready yet.
Yeah, I mean they've been working on the Switch for a long time, but it's the type of thing where it hasn't been enough time to like really fully develop all these titles. There's even rumors that Breath of the Wild is going to be pushed back, and right now that rumor is floating around in a ton of uncertainty. So I wouldn't let any credence to it at all. I personally think it's still going to be on track for a March release date. I feel like Nintendo can't release the Switch right now without Breath of the Wild alongside it, and I don't see them pushing back the Switch until like summer. I don't see that happening personally. But the whole ports, I like it. I would like it if I got the ports at a discounted rate, but. The talk is like they're gonna add things to them. Is that an okay practice? Do you think, Phonic? Like to basically like we're gonna re-release Super Smash Brothers for the Switch. It's going to be a $60 game, but if you already own it, it's going to be $20, and this includes all the DLC. It includes all the characters and a bonus character that wasn't on the 3DS or Wii U. Is that an okay thing?
For some people it is. For me, I don't know. I see ported stuff. If they do it right, like let's say in Xenoblade's case, if they port it to enhance the look based off the technology available, like, I mean, the game itself is beautiful. I took a look at some play of it and stuff like that. If they increase the textures, if they, additional shaders, more atmosphere and stuff like that, or even like, small increases to AI or something like that to make it something extra special instead of just a port, I'd be down for that. As far as like getting additional content that isn't available on other systems, I don't buy into that. I want the game, for experience. I don't need to get like every collectible thing at all. So if they port it and pimp that out, if I still had, an older version, I wouldn't, toss $10 or $20 or whatever at it myself.
So the discussion also has been in terms of like this whole culture of ports and stuff. I keep calling things cultures tonight. Culture is weird. And that there's going to be a third version of Pokemon Sun and Moon, which has just released on 3DS. Apparently, just has dramatically increased 3DS sales. Has sold almost 2 million units in 3 days in Japan. So Sun and Moon doing very wildly successful, and there's discussions that is actually going to come to the Switch in like a third version called right now people are calling it Pokemon Stars, which is interesting to me. Do you have any thoughts on that, Grant?
I mean, I can understand. I think Nintendo wanting to do that. That one of the things that they're touting with the Switch is like its portability, and for the most part, Pokemon has pretty much always been, a handheld game series. And so if they can do a port of Pokemon Moon and Pokemon Sun that would be for the Switch, so you'd still have the portability, but then take advantage of all the Switch's hardware and give you better graphics and better this and better that, I think that would probably be a smart move on Nintendo's part.
Yeah,
I mean, you will probably get some backlash from people who have already bought it, but you will also likely get sales from people who already bought it for the 3DS.
Right. So Lindsay, imagine this: the version releases on the Nintendo Switch. We've done it. Nintendo has made a third version of Pokemon Sun and Moon, but the catchback is they haven't done anything to improve the graphics. They're still using like the same like style engine, so you're not like getting like a 1080p Pokemon game. You're getting a 3DS quality game that can be put up on your big screen and brought around with you, of course, using the Switch feature. Is that something? Is that, would that be enough for you?
It would, because I've always thought it would be cool to be able to play a full-fledged Pokemon game on my TV.
Mm-hmm. Even if
Even
it was
though
using like the same 3DS graphics, because I don't know if you know this, but like the 3DS screen, its actual resolution is
It's
smaller than
tiny.
the N64's resolution.
It's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
but
mhm.
I'm not big into graphics. If a game is fun, I don't care what it looks like. So I would buy it.
You buy
If
it?
that happened. Yeah, I would.
Would you say it could it be a $60 game, or would it have to stay at that $40 price point that Sun and Moon are already at?
If it were 40 or 50, that would be better. 60 is a little.
Now, what if it was $100?
much.
No, I'm stopping.
How about 200 MC?
Yeah, well, it's funny. People talk about that, and I know I think I've done the same rant on the Zeldathon show before. But people are like, why would you pay $60 for the Wind Waker HD? It's a game you already own. It's just a port. It's like, do you realize how much money I've spent on the Wind Waker? Or let's talk about Ocarina of Time. It's like, I bought the cart back in the day. I bought the Virtual Console version, the second Virtual Console version, the 3DS version, the GameCube port. It's like, how many times am I going to buy Ocarina of Time? Of course I'm going to spend $60 on the Wind Waker. Is that worth it the same thing to everybody? No. Some people think $60 is too much for the Wind Waker. And guess what? It's now a part of like the Nintendo Selects, and you get it for like $20, I think. So, there you go. You won. But the whole thought of like value, like how much value a game is to people, is so subjective. Like, and that's why I think like usually like the $60 and $40 price points work well, because they are a good median. Because some people think the Wind Waker should cost $20, while me, I'd probably pay $200 for it if I had to. I'm the type of person who'd buy a whole new console for one game, Breath of the Wild. So it's like it's that type of thing. It's really about who you're talking to. MC would have bought the Tiger handheld version of Ocarina of Time if it existed. Yeah, I've ranted about that before, but it's relevant to the discussion. Phonic, do you have anything else to add before we move on?
Yeah, actually, if it was on Switch, even if it was 3DS graphics, I'd buy. I play Zelda 2. I mean, come on, right? So, seeing a 3DS on a big screen, it wouldn't bother me at all, especially since I don't own a 3DS. I've not found a reason to ever buy one. So for me to experience something that I haven't had a chance to experience yet, and have it be on the Switch, I'd be down for it. You could get my, money for that. Mm-hmm.
Very good. So speaking of getting your money for it, somebody has spent a lot of money on a Pokemon. Specifically, they bought a Pokemon card. I'm actually going to switch over to my monitor view for this. Oh, good. My monitor view is working. I didn't know if it would. So somebody has purchased a Pokemon card, sold at auction for more than $54,000. That's right. It was the Pikachu illustrated card. This is a card that was given away only to winners of a contest in, I believe, Koro magazine, which is a Japanese publication. Yeah, it's actually right here on screen. I should just use my eyes to read. It is basically the world's most valuable Pokemon card. There's, according to this, only 20 to 39 copies of this card. And, of course, there's a grading service for Pokemon cards and cards of all varieties where you're able to send in your card and get it graded, but basically on a scale of 0 to 10 on like how mint condition it is. And so there are only a couple of these 20 to 39 cards that's rated like the highest grade 10 of like absolute mint. And so that is what just sold, the most expensive Pokemon card, $54,000. As someone who was a Pokemon card collector, and then I wasn't for a couple days, and now I'm back to being a Pokemon card collector, I would never spend this much money on a card. However, I don't know. What are your thoughts on like this like? I guess it's kind of a situation of collecting. Is there anything that you would ever want to like collect to this like extent, Phonic? Like is like this?
I think the only thing would be like some kind of, old like Chopin manuscript or something. Something. But I wouldn't ever pay $54,000 for something. It could go to charity. It could go to something better than just a car. Even though it's seen as an investment, it's just like, I don't know if I'd get any like real gratification. Go, ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
It just, I've got to get something, back with the money I spend somehow instead of just staring at an object.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of collecting myself of Zelda stuff, but for me, sometimes my favorite things aren't the most expensive, but rather the most cool. The stuff that has like the stories, like my most expensive item inside my Zelda collection is this little. You can kind of almost see it here. It's a little Hyrule Warriors collector's edition that only released at Nintendo World Store, and I think it goes for like $1,000 on eBay right now. But is that my favorite item? No, it's boring. It's a sealed box that I don't open. And it's like, who cares? Like, I'd rather talk about be like, and here, see this cartridge of Link's Awakening? This is the cartridge that I stole from my sister. And this was the first video game I ever played. The cost to me was $0 because I took it from my sister. You know, as a collector, like it's those type of things that mean a lot more to me. Lindsay, do you have anything that you collect at all or like want to collect?
I mean, not really. I get everything Final Fantasy X that I can, but I don't ever spend tons of money on like the action figures or anything like that.
Grant, what about you?
A while ago, when I was a lot younger, when Star Wars Episode 1 came out,
I hear a bad investment coming.
I collected a bunch of cards for a collectible card game called Young Jedi, which was a card game put out by a company called Decipher, specifically for Episode 1 and all that. And I was heavily invested in that, and I still have, I'm pretty sure, a huge tub that is just filled with cards. That is
the tub also filled with Legos?
I have other tubs that are filled with Legos.
So you have Legos and Jedis and
and I don't know if they can see it on screen, but I've got a shelf in the back of my room that's got the Slave One and an X-wing built up, and they're just on display there.
I actually have a story about Legos Jedi. So it's not about you, but it's about Star Wars Lego things. And we gotta wrap this up because we need to get on with stuff. But I had to tell the story because every time I go to Walmart, every single time, and I'm with like Snarfy or Campy, we have a very specific path. We go to like shampoo, body wash, that type of stuff. Then we head back by the home section, pick up anything in case we need a hand towel, I don't know. But then we always go back by the toys, and we always go by the amiibo to see how sad the Walmart amiibo collection is looking. But every time we meet the juncture of home to toys to where the amiibo are, I say to Snarfy, can I buy the Millennium Falcon? Because I've seen this like Lego Millennium Falcon set. It's like $150, and I see it up there on the top shelf, and every time I'm like, I don't do Legos. Or Lego. I'm sorry. What? But I don't do Lego. I don't. I haven't built something like that. But I want it. But every time, like Snarfy's like, no, don't buy it. And then lately, Snarfy's been like saying, yes, buy it. And I'm like, no, I can't buy it. Like it's a foolish purchase. Like when am I ever gonna put it together? Where would I put it? I don't even like I like Star Wars, but I'm not like a Star Wars like mega fan. So that's my story. That's my story about the Millennium Falcon that I will never buy, but I want. I'm sorry, I got put into another world. Yeah. Overall, shout out to the person who bought a Pokemon card for $54,000. I hope you enjoy it being on a shelf. And there's some value to having things on shelves, things that are memorable, things that are like that you earned. Like that person probably saved up a lot of money to get their $54,000 card, so they did the work, and that's the reward. And very similar, that's going to be me transitioning right here. We have a very special video premiering tonight, and we're going to get into that. I've announced this on Twitter. We're going to be talking about the Zeldathon prize giveaways tonight. So without further ado, folks inside the call, you're free to take a quick 4-minute break if you need to. We'll be back, and please enjoy the video.
Hello, Zeldathon fans! I'm back to provide some information about one of our most exciting new features of Zeldathon Cures, prize giveaways. During every game of Zeldathon Cures, if you donate a certain amount to St. Jude, you will be entered to win a special Zelda-themed prize. The Zeldathon team will be signing every item's packaging, or if that is impossible, we will provide a special postcard with the signatures. If you donate $5 during the Legend of Zelda, you can win a signed Zelda journal and an LED watch. The Adventure of Link's giveaway is a Triforce light with a Zelda keychain. A link to the past items are a Hyrule mug and a copy of Zelda Yahtzee. Link's Awakening can get you a signed Hyrule Historia. Faces of Evil and Wand of Gamelon will be combined for a Master Sword toy. Zelda's Adventure can also get you a Master Sword toy. Ocarina of Time's giveaway is this tall Link figure. Majora's Mask is our first $10 giveaway, featuring both a Link Nendoroid figure and a keychain. The Oracle games are combined to have a Triforce light, as well as another keychain. The Wind Waker features this amazing Link Nendoroid figure, as well as a foam Master Sword. Back to the $5 items, Four Swords Adventures can get you a signed Hyrule Historia. The Minish Caps giveaway is this 12-inch Ganondorf figure. Freshly picked TINGLE'S ROSY RUPEELAND will include a Link plush, Zelda plush, and a foam Master Sword. Twilight Princess can net you one of the Ganondorf figures and a foam Master Sword. We're combining Link's crossbow training, Zelda Battle Quest, and Navi trackers for a giveaway of this amazing Scarvo statue. Phantom Hourglass includes not only a signed Zelda journal, but also a Zelda-themed glass. Spirit Tracks can get you a 12-inch Link statue. Skyward Sword features this amazing Link Figma figure as well as a keychain. A Link Between Worlds brings a different Link Figma and a Hylian shield magnet. Hyrule Warriors giveaway is another signed Hyrule Historia. Triforce Heroes includes a copy of the game and a keychain. Finally, if during the course of Zeldathon Cures, you donate a total of $50 or more, you will be entered in our grand prize giveaway. This grand prize package includes a brand new Wii U, bundled with Mario Kart 8, a copy of Twilight Princess HD, as well as a very exclusive signed Hyrule Historia that has been brought to Zeldathon Hope Recovery and Cures, and signed by every attendee at those events. Oh, and don't forget, every single one of these prizes will include an XSplit broadcaster software license and a pair of Sade's Wings gaming earbuds. Full details on our giveaways will be coming before the marathon, but until then, keep saving up your donation funds, and I'll see you all on the next video.
And there you go, everyone. There is the full breakdown of every prize that you can get at Zeldathon Cures. I'm actually going to switch over to just my camera here for a moment. Everybody on Skype, you're not going to be able to see. But if you all notice, over here on this table, I have every single one of the Zeldathon Cures prizes all set up. From the statues, the Skurvo statue, the Link statue, the two Ganondorf statues. We got 3 Hyrule Historias there. There's Nendoroid figures. There's a Wii U with Twilight Princess HD that's going to be there. We got Triforce lights, foam Master Swords, plastic Master Swords, a copy of Triforce Heroes. Shout out to Lindsay. We got Figmas. We got everything. And all these are going to be given away during the marathon to those who want to make a nice contribution to St. Jude. And last thing I will show is, as part of the grand prize, for all those who donate $50 during Zeldathon Cures, here is one of the Hyrule Historias that has been signed by everybody at Zeldathon Hope, Recovery, and soon any new Cures attendees will also get to put their name in here as well. So this is part of the grand prize with the Wii U and the Twilight Princess HD. So yeah, on all the background boxes. So this video that we made was put together by me and the Zeldathon announcer over the course of 2 days. So it was a fast editing process right there. So yeah, that's what they got. So you excited? I hope everybody in the chat is very excited. Lindsay, did you hear what your game is going to be?
Is it Triforce Heroes?
Yes, a copy of Triforce Heroes and one of the we have like little Zelda keychains that are really cute to throw in as well. And Phonic, the Adventure of Link. Oh, I forget what the Adventure of Link is. No
Bad
clue.
choices.
Is it the cup? I don't remember. But you know, I'm super excited. By the way, thank you, Steve, for the resub, my friend, as well. So those are all the prizes. So hopefully one of you inside the chat who's here, the hardcore Zeldathon fans that come to the Zeldathon show, hopefully you're lucky enough to get a prize here during the marathon. We'll be talking about Triforce lamp. One of the cool Triforce lamps that we have. Very nice. Anyways, that is what we have going on for prizes. That video is up now on YouTube if you want to share with your friends. We'll be talking up these prizes all the time over the next month because we want people to be wild about them because I've been so hyped about it. I've been so hyped about these prizes. I've been keeping my lips sealed for like literally 2 to 3 months as we've been organizing this. The list of items was originally made about 3 months ago, and so they're here. They're in presence. But soon I'm actually going to put them all back in those big boxes behind me and take them up to the Zeldathon attic to be stored away until the marathon. Anyways, let's get into questions. Thanks to ZQ for handling questions. Phonic, do you want to read the questions for us tonight?
Hey, actually, I have the doc pulled up this time, so
right,
yes, I will do that.
it.
Valor asks, "What is your favorite kind of pancake?"
Oh,
What's
you
yours?
ask Lindsay.
Chocolate chip. Chocolate chip pancakes are delicious. What do you think, Phonic88?
The ones I don't eat. Thank you, Lindsay Pez.
You don't like
Grant?
pancakes?
I'm not
We're
a
in the
fan.
middle of the
Yeah.
war.
Do you like waffles?
Yeah.
In case you didn't know,
I do
me
like
and
waffles.
Thank you, Phonic. Phonic is my friend. I'm with you, 100%.
But
Aw,
no,
I love you.
no. Listen, he
Listen.
hates pancakes. How do you love waffles and hate pancakes? Like I don't
Okay.
understand.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here because I'm also Angel's advocate on this one because I'm with Phonic. The big thing is I've had so recently when I was down in Florida I had pancakes because I thought why not try pancakes? I haven't had pancakes in a long time. I'm at what was it, Denny's, and they're known for making good pancakes. And I ate them, and I felt like death afterwards. Like they sit in your
Denny's
stomach.
Pancakes are terrible. There's terrible pancakes. Come to my house. I'll make you delicious, fluffy, and light pancakes from scratch. They'll be delicious.
All right, well, I'll take the time. Grant, do you like pancakes or not?
I do like pancakes. I don't really go too fancy with anything in the pancakes. So a good plain pancake, maybe with strawberries on top, but that's typically just plain old pancakes are good enough for me.
I'm sorry, I'm being
Nice.
yelled at by the chat. By
Oh. All right,
This is
well,
a
we'll keep
war
this.
that's going to happen at
I want,
Kira's,
okay,
by the way.
let me. I need a real talk to the chat for a second. I'm not just talking about Denny's. I'm also talking about even my mother's own made from scratch pancakes because she's made pancakes in the past and they're okay. Like the taste is fine. I like the taste of pancakes. You know, I just don't like the way they make me feel afterwards. It's like if you drank like half a gallon of chocolate milk. You know that feel. Everybody's drinking half a gallon of chocolate milk, right? Right. I'm sorry. What's the next question?
Dynamation and Dragon Slayer Natu ask, for breakfast, would you rather have pancakes or waffles?
What is
and
this?
Are you and are you
It's a war. We're having a war.
It's our chat, yes. And they say,
Yeah,
are you
this
looking forward to the great pancake versus waffle war of cures? I didn't even know there was one going on. We were going to try to have this settled before then. I apologize to
We want
those out there.
pancake for Zelda 2 file name, just FYI.
Yeah, thanks.
Phonics is mad.
All right. Twister468 asks, whatever happened to posting the charity marathon panel from TwitchCon on YouTube?
So I've been waiting for Jiggy to finish getting all of the footage that he has uploaded, and I haven't had much time to sink into it because it is a strenuous project in terms of time. I'm hoping to get it done before Cures. So I apologize if we don't get it done before then. But it's all about the timing of like, because we have other video projects like the marathon intro, trailer 2, which has to come up the week before the marathon. We have the credits and the countdown. We have all these other video projects that are eating up all my editing time, along with other projects. So hopefully we'll get that up sooner rather than later. But time kind of got away from me back closer to TwitchCon, so sorry. And MC, you have that footage. Everything is confusing. It's a separate Google Drive. Well, guess what, Jiggy? I don't have it. Stop making a separate Google Drive. Just make it one folder, brother. Anyways, the next question. You go ahead.
All right. Luke the Spoo asks, do you like dabbing?
Hey, Luke.
So here's the thing. It started out being funny, and over time, I think it's gone. It has kind of faded away.
It's a pretty great meme, right, MC?
What?
It's a pretty great meme, right?
Yep. All right. Next question.
All right. Leah Light asks, random question. One type of food you would eat every day? That would be pizza. Cool.
Pizza.
I mean, yeah, you could do so many variations on that.
Pizza.
Just
The
switch
question.
up
Okay.
toppings.
I would say I would agree with pizza. Like if and I'm sorry, microphone. If and only if like you could have like variations on it. Like if I could have like thin crust on some days, because like I think eating pizza so often, like if you like had pan pizza every day, you'd be like, so sick of that bread.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
if you had like the the nice crunchy thin crust, oh yeah, I think that could be if that's valid. Oh no.
See, that's that. I did not teach that. I did not teach that. But she does this all the time. It'd be ramen for me. I love ramen, so
I
eat that every
actually
day.
probably lean more towards ramen than pizza.
All right, sorry, parenting. You know.
Oh,
Okay,
did you get some random intel in right there?
I guess I did. She said, watch me whip. I have no idea what that means. I'm too old. All right, so Not Me asks, hey, MC, is there any chance of including the BS Zelda games in a future marathon?
So here's the thing about them. We have like cartridges that like run them, but we don't have anybody who like has knowledge of them, and we're not sure if our cartridges are faulty or if they're working in perfect condition. So it's about like for Zeldathon, I would like to have the broadcast title of Zelda games. If and only if we could get a runner for them who could run them well and confirm that we are presenting the most accurate version to what was released on the broadcast title of view. Like, we don't want to put up something like, we're not going to use emulators for Soul, so it has to be run on an original console, even if it is like a port onto the SNES or something. But it has to be ran good, it has to be run accurately, and we have to have somebody who can put in the time into the game. So the question is, if anybody steps up from the Zeldathon team to do it, maybe we'll consider it. But right now, I've not put any time into like, finding a runner for that game and seeing how we can get that done. So if anybody has knowledge about it, then hit us up and we'll see what we can do. So that's the answer.
All right. Chica Zelda asks, have you ever been late to anything? And if so, what was your worst late experience?
I'm pretty on time.
Yeah, I try to be on time. And if
I
I'm
am
not on time,
always on time. I'm like crazy about time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with Lindsay. I'll be early over. It's like, oh, I'm passionately late. So no, screw that, man. I don't
I'm
care.
always early or on time.
Yep.
Yep,
Go ahead.
I was saying like 10 or 15 minutes early, and if I'm like, close, between 1 minute and like 8 minutes early, I freak out. It has to be 10 to 15 minutes all the time.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather sit in a lobby board with my foot up and just like waiting around, checking my phone until the person I need to talk to comes to see me. It's.
Mhm.
I'm not sure, but I agree with that. Like it's about being early. So. Sorry, Ashika Zelda. You were talking to a bunch of punctual people. Your question has been wasted.
All right. Speaking of wasted questions, Jiggy asks, MC, what happens if you take no dose and wash it down with NyQuil?
What the heck is no dose? Is that like 5-hour energy?
Caffeine. Yeah, it's caffeine pills.
I don't know, but don't do it.
Yeah, I took no dose one time in college driving across the state, and it was like midnight, and I swear there were like slaughtered sheep and somebody falling. I refused to ever touch the stuff again. It freaked me out.
Was it one of those caffeine pills?
Yeah, it was just like one pill was like 2 cups of coffee. Oh no, it wasn't. No, so never again.
No, those type of like I don't take any sort of pill like unless it's like prescribed or if it's like acetaminophen. Like that's just me. Like I wouldn't take caffeine pills. Like why would I do that? Like there's no need for that. Of course, I chug NyQuil anytime I'm sick. I'm just like, kill me.
we didn't have energy drinks back in the day, so there we go. That's
we need energy drinks.
Yeah. Zoe asks, how much stuff do you think you have to do before Cures?
Why don't we go around here first? Because I know Grant. Grant, we'll talk to you last. Let's start with Lindsay. Lindsay.
I am working on getting all the costumes in Triforce Heroes and completely beating the game and going over it multiple times and all of that fun stuff.
How long do you think you have left on that? Like if you had to put like a time estimate on how much work you have
I'm
left?
almost done.
You're almost there?
I'm almost through the Den of Trials to get that costume, which was the biggest thing. I'll be doing that on Saturday. And then I only have a few materials that I need. It won't take long at all.
Very good. Phonic, what are you doing before Cures?
I'm going to try to get my personal best down to between hour 30 and hour 40. That's kind of like my goal before Cures. And then on the music side, just work on being a little bit more solid on some of the pieces I want to play. And I was thinking of creating a medley of like waltz Zelda music. You know, just take stuff that's like in 4/4 and not the waltz thing and do it in a waltz style just for, you know, fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So that's what I got.
Grant, would you like to go next?
Gosh, the answer to that question is don't ask. I have to get the donation form ready to go. I need to get the schedule and get that into the database.
I will get you the schedule tonight.
That'd be fantastic. Can I also get the logo for the charity and the charity's PayPal address? Yes. That'd be also great.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is turning into an MCG dev meeting. I've got stuff to do. I've got stuff to do before donations open, which is essentially get donations up and running. And then I've got a bunch of stuff to get done before Cures to actually support all the new stuff that we want to do for Cures. So yeah, it's fun. I've got a to-do list and I just need to go through it.
You can do it. You're wonderful. You're so smart. You're going to do it.
Maybe I'll do a dev stream. I don't know. I'll tweet if I do.
Very good. And as for me, so I mean, obviously I'm going to be like doing stuff up until the marathon, but really, so Silver is doing the credits this time, and he's doing trailer 2. The intro is done, except for I need to have the final attendee list. I have to do the countdown stream, which I haven't started on at all. So I have to do that one. 4-hour countdown. I have to get some footage from Jiggy for that. Oh, secrets. But my primary thing, I have like one more hype video that I need to make, which is the one that's coming out next week. I need to organize pre-marathon fundraising with the Zeldathon team. We have to, basically, I have to create the pre-marathon briefing, what you guys never hear, those at home, where we talk before the marathon about, you know, how the marathon's going to run, what we have going, like how to talk about the charity and stuff like that. I have a lot of packing lists to do. I have new equipment that's coming in soon that I have to test. I bought the second of our 2 new cameras that, for the marathon, so that's coming in on Friday, I think. So I'm excited for that. A lot of equipment testing. I have to finish up organizing the Yeti shirts. I've seen quite a few of them that you guys will get to see soon, and they are very nice, very amazing. We got some cute ones. We got some spooky ones. They're coming. They're going to be beautiful when they're all done here.
Is Rosie doing one again?
No, Rosie's
not reveal that.
No, Rosie is focusing exclusively right now on the Zeldathon bar artwork. So I have to work with MCG Dev, obviously. And there's a few more things, but I don't want to just like ramble on forever. But I have a full schedule on top of all the other things I'm doing. So.
Oh, so you're on time. All right, cool.
I am on time. No, but like as far as things go, like we could start a marathon and have it do relatively well, even with the current level of preparation. I would like more.
Nice.
Basically, if
we
you gave me like
what you do, MC. Just so you know, we love you. We love everything you do.
Thank you. But we're at the point basically if I had 3 days notice, I could probably scrape what we have now and make a marathon. Grant, I don't know about him so much, but
I could probably do that. The only thing that I would be questioning or would have concerns about is communication between Kinstone and the overlay, because I know that they've been doing a lot of work with that.
Yeah.
But like I could, not do any of the extra stuff that we're doing for cures and basically use the old system, and we should be fine, hypothetically speaking. But please let's not actually do that.
No, we're not. No, I don't want to do that. Mostly because there'd be nobody at the marathon. Everybody'd be at home being like, what? Anyways, what's our next question?
Copper Dragon asks, what is your favorite part of a Thanksgiving dinner?
Cranberry sauce.
Mashed potatoes or the rolls, or both. Maybe both.
Dipping the rolls in the mashed potatoes.
No, don't do that.
Try it sometime. It's a delicacy. Phonic?
Gravy.
No, just the gravy. Want the gravy?
Just the gravy. Yeah.
Phonic going in with a spoon right into the pot.
No, dude, no. That's not nice. You gotta have a straw. Right?
Lindsay, what do you say?
I love bread, so the rolls. My mom makes these awesome, like cheesy, garlicky rolls, and they're amazing.
Oh man, that is tomorrow. I'm going to an actual Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. I'm excited. I haven't been to okay, that's a lie. I've been to Thanksgiving dinner like every year for the past couple years, but it always seems like I had not. So I'm excited. So it's gonna be fun. Yeah. What's our next question?
All right. Brookie12 asks, what would your ideal pet or pets be? I have Boston Terriers. I love my Boston Terriers. They're my ideal pet. So my Sarah Jane, she's pregnant and should have puppies here within the next week or two. So we'll have, pup dates on Twitter.
Is that supposed to be a Doctor Who reference by any chance?
It is, because the male is Rory. So, so we name our pets after Doctor Who people.
Cool. I'm trying to... Man, I don't know. Like I like cats. I like cats a lot, but I also wouldn't say no to a golden retriever. They're just like the nicest dogs. So that's me. Lindsay?
I'm a huge animal person. I love all animals, and I've owned a ton over my lifetime, so that's a really hard question, but I guess I'd pick cats, but I've had everything.
I would definitely have a cat. The only problem is I'm sadly allergic.
Oh no, that's so bad.
Yeah, which is horrible, because I go over to a friend's house and they've got cats, and like the only thing I want to do is just play with the cat, and then I leave there. I'm like, my eyes are all itchy and my nose is running, but I'm like, I guess it was worth it.
All right, Spider Frog asks, if you could be any Zelda character, who would you be and why?
Ooh, that's a fun question. There's part of me that wants to say Ganondorf, but I don't want to die. Oh man,
I'm a musical person, so I'd probably say any musician from, oh gosh, what's the name of the band from Majora's Mask?
The Indigo Ghosts.
On the tip of yes, yeah, probably that, yeah.
So the Indigo goes, man.
Well, I don't have a lot of experience myself with a lot of the games, so I'll just say Old Man Ho-Ho just stares out and does absolutely nothing.
Oh, is it the guy with the telescope?
Yep.
Let me open up the HYRULE story and let's find out which character I'm going to be. Today I'm going to be The Legend of Zelda 25th Anniversary Nintendo 3DS. I opened up to the commemorative merchandise page. Oh. Let me try again. Oh, Girahim! All right, I'm down for Girahim. He's amazing. I don't know. Girahim's pretty cool. Dude,
I guess
I don't
would
know.
be a Zora because I like water.
Zora's really
would
cool.
live in the water.
I could attest that. I could attest to that. Yeah, I could attest to that. Ooh, you can be Rutella. Like she's amazing. Oh man, I can't know if you can see. Oh, it's all. She's
Looks
cool.
good to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
All right. Program Ninja asks, is if somehow Breath of the Wild came out the second to last day of the next summer Zeldathon, would it still be played at Zeldathon?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. That was efficient. That's a good idea. Ask, what are your thoughts on the chocolate orange treat?
What is that? Lindsay?
It's a candy that is available around Christmas time, which is now, and it's a delicious treat. It's like an orange that you smash, and it's
Oh,
chocolate
yeah,
and
I've seen that.
little slices, and they're delicious. They're
Wait
my
a minute.
favorite.
Ravio exists. Chat, I'm so dumb. I'm Ravio.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm just an idiot. Yeah, no, I'll eat a chocolate orange. Oh.
I'll try it. Leah Light asks, if you weren't doing Zeldathon, what would you do instead?
Dumb videos, probably. I think I'd be more of a Let's Player. I think. I don't know. I guess that's kind of a question just for me. But like, what would you do more than like every 6 months? What would be your like? What community would like you lean towards? I guess. No ideas.
I
Oh,
would
that
be
was
so
okay.
lost. I wouldn't be anybody or anything.
You would find
I wouldn't have
somewhere.
community.
Yeah, I'm the same with Lindsay. I wouldn't be able to do anything else. I mean,
I
I don't know of a community like this that I would want to dedicate a lot of time to. So I've got nothing. I've got nothing for you.
I would probably still be doing some kind of development.
Oh yeah,
Like
for
I do,
sure.
You know, I know Kinstone is my thing, and that kind of takes up a lot of my free time right now. But like I like making things. I like making software. So if I wasn't making, Kinstone for Zeldathon, I'd be making something else.
Makes sense. I like this next question.
Oh yeah, okay. So Tylenos asks, stump exploration when?
Oh, hold on. Thank you to Wild Abra for the 42-month resub. I might be super late because I took a 5-hour nap. That's a Wild Abra thing to do.
Hi, Abra. I didn't see Abra at Pokeathon.
You didn't see
worry,
Abra at
neither
his
did I.
own
I
marathon?
didn't see Abra at Pokeathon.
I didn't either. So
He was I think he was sleeping because he took the night shift, so I think that's why that happened. Also, thank you to Mushmon as well. So stump exploration was a goal set by Trina and Zach, where Trina would go out and find a stump and explore it, like because in the Minish Cap, you jump on a stump to like shrink down in size, and so we were gonna have Trina go out and find a stump to jump on. But
Oh, okay. I thought you. I was thinking amputee possibly. I was like, what?
no.
Just okay. Just making sure. I wanted to clarify that.
No, a tree stump. So maybe we'll send Trina out to find a stump soon, because that goal was achieved, and we always do our goals at Zeldathon, no matter how long it takes. So we'll find a stump and get Trina to stand on it.
Okay. And Tingle World Record Holder asks, favorite Tingle's Rosy RUPEELAND character that isn't Tingle?
There's a merchant in that game, I think, that I really like. Hold on. I don't remember that game.
Sparkle.
What's that?
Sparkle is the best. Sparkle, the dog.
I'm looking
I'd
up
go
the
with the-
character.
Yeah, I don't even know. What I
Yeah.
saw would be the chief of some village that I had to voice at the last Zeldathon. That'd be my best guess.
Gosh, I don't even remember much of that run for recovery. I was probably off doing something with Kinstone or doing something.
It
Somewhere.
happens like early in the morning, I think.
Oh, maybe I was
People
just
were
still
sleeping.
asleep. Yeah,
I can't find it.
did come in for the last bit of that. That was fun.
With Shadow.
Yeah.
I think I might actually be thinking of one of the bodyguards, because I know there's bodyguards. Like, anyways, that is our show for tonight. Thank you as always for your questions. Before we get going here, thank you everybody who currently supports the Patreon page. The list, as is typical with me, is out of date. I'm sorry, I haven't had time since November started to update it. But thank you everybody on this list, and Yari, of course, for their continued support over on Patreon. Where I know I haven't been doing a lot of like regular content, but I hope the when you like seeing stuff like the prize giveaways for Cures, hopefully you understand where my time has been going. It has been going into stuff like securing all these prizes and getting the mouse pads and cookies, apparently, because I found cookies. But it's gonna be exciting. I'm super excited. Anyways, any streams coming from folks soon? Phonic, when do you stream all the time?
I do. Yeah, mornings it's piano, afternoons it's Zelda 2.
Tomorrow is a good stream from Phonic. It'll be a good long piano stream.
Yeah.
We might
even
get him to sing.
Yeah, I might sing if I need to lose some dignity. I've been practicing so I can like be more goofy at Zeldathon.
Oh, you're fine, Phonic. You're wonderful. Lindsay, you streaming anytime soon?
Saturday night I'll be finishing up Den of Trials. Triforce Heroes.
Grant, what about you? Do you stream? You stream occasionally, very rarely.
Very rarely. I have a Twitch account. I
have a Twitch account. That's the way to start, man. You're on the road.
Yep. Step one. Got that taken care of. Gosh, I've got all of Friday off from work, so maybe I'll do a Kinstone dev stream that day. Follow me on Twitch and or Twitter because I will definitely announce it if it does happen.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very sporadic with me when it comes to streams. I want to try to get better about that.
As for me, I haven't had time to stream. I will see if I have time this weekend. I can't promise anything. I have quite a bit of stuff to do next. So my schedule's really cool. Next week I'm doing my last driving lesson and my driving test. And then the week after that, I am going back out to California to go see Direct Relief again. And we'll talk about more about that later. But I'm really excited. So I'm in a busy schedule here these next couple weeks leading up to the marathon. But if I get time to stream, one thing I've been wanting to stream has been a Skyward Sword 100% run eventually. I would like to try that game because I haven't 100% it since it came out. Anyways, but that's all for that. Thanks everybody for coming out to the show, and thanks to Lindsay, Grant, and Phonic for keeping me company as always. And that's our show. I hope you all enjoyed everything. Be sure to let everybody know over on Twitter about all the prizes. Good stuff. And have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
There will be no more viewing tonight.